is a challenge that says that I'm good at telling stories, which I appreciate, and asks to tell another amusing life story, but I can't think of one offhand. I would need
Just
some
tell
sort
somebody
of
else's
scene.
life story. Pull up a funny life story off the internet and read that as if it was your own.
No, I just can't think. It's like, it's like, what's your favorite movie? There's so many movies, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a story from your life.
Okay.
I forgot a story.
Crime sourcing. What's a good Graham story?
Space Jam.
How'd you get Baxter?
How do we get? Oh, okay, sure. Baxter. Baxter, my incredibly fluffy cat that has a tail the size of lesser cats.
Our cat.
So we wanted to get another cat. We had two cats. One of them sadly passed away, and the cat that we still have, Cavern, went stir crazy without having another cat around. And so eventually we decided that we should get another cat, and we wanted to get a rescue kitten, obviously, because that's what you should do, because there's all these kittens. There were no kittens here in town that we could get. There were tiny kittens. There was two that were a bonded pair, and they refused to let us take them individually. We taking two to bring our cat population up to 3 in the apartment would be irresponsible. So we're just like, no, we can't do that. And the reason we wanted to get a kitten, apart from the fact that they're adorable, is it's easier to introduce a kitten to an established cat than introduce a new adult cat, because the adult cat doesn't see the kitten as a threat to its territory, and the kitten is basically takes like a big sibling role with they're like, oh, this cat will teach me how to be a cat, and the big one's like, all right, I don't care about you, so that's fine. And because we didn't like our other cat is like 12, so we didn't want to get another adult cat that would have fights. So we were like, all right, well, let's get a kitten. Couldn't get the kittens. They wouldn't let us drift compatible kittens. They wouldn't let us adopt any kittens. They were the only ones available. We kept going back to the SPCA. Eventually, we decided, all right, let's get an adult cat. And we found this really cool adult cat who was a little older. He was like 8 or 9. Like, he was, getting on a little bit, and had this amazing face. He looked like he was disappointed with you all the time. Like, you know how Grumpy Cat just has that's just how its face is. It just looks all the time, even no matter what its actual mood is. This guy was just like, what are you doing? Seriously? All right, fine. He had this just amazingly expressive face, and so we were like, all right, we're gonna get this cat. We sort of like talked ourselves up to it. We're like, great, let's do this. Okay, sure, let's get this cat. And we were going, like, we went away. We got a cat carrier. We bought some new litter. Got a second litter box, because you're supposed to start new cats in separate litter boxes. Because we told them we were gonna adopt this cat. Went back. They went, great. Put it in the carrier. The front desk, filling out the forms. And this other SPCA volunteer came out and was like, oh, what cat are you adopting? They're like, oh, they're adopting this cat. Oh, you can't adopt him. He's bonded with this other cat. And just leaves. And then the person we're dealing with is like, oh, all right, and takes back the paperwork and leaves.
Wow.
And so Kathleen and I are just standing there in the SPCA with our, like, new cat carrier and litter box. And they're like, nope, bye. And we're just like, what was that? And I may be underselling this. It felt awful. It was some of the rudest customer service I've ever experienced. So then we decided, you know what, hell with it. We're pretty sure that the cat that we do have is at least half Maine Coon, and that's a wonderful breed, so F it, let's go to a breeder and get a Maine Coon. So we found one in Yakima, Washington, which is the closest breeder, because there's the only ones in Canada are on the east, and we got Baxter, we have his lineage, because it's from a breeder, because he's the son of fancy show cats with dumb names. And yeah, when we were going down to air the strip search finale for PA, we then drove down to Yakima and actually picked him up in like a parking lot. She like met us in a parking lot of a pub in Ellensburg because it was like a little closer to where we were than Yakima, and we were like, I got this money. If you have a cat, take this cat. Anyone put it in the back of the car? All right, now we go.
Did
So-
you have to go in and play like Super Nintendo for a while so it didn't look too sketchy?
So it didn't look weird? No.
Yeah.
So
That might have been too much.
Cameron love you.
and anyway, the point is, Maine Coons are a great breed. They're really good. How does the cat immigrate? Well, he'd had his shots, and that's it. That's all you need. I guess technically, we might have had to pay duty on him, but
Papers, please.
they didn't ask. So, yeah, he's an American expatriate. Yes, I guess so. So there you go. And now we have this cat that is way too fluffy. Way too fluffy.
3